Condolences have been streaming in from across Latin American leaders on the news of Fidel Castro's death. The Mexican president lamented Fidel Castro's passing. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said that all of us revolutionaries across the world will now have to follow Fidel Castro's legacy, his independence. And it's important to note, not one figure in Latin America in the 20th century has been important as Fidel Castro. From Mexico down to Chile, everybody knows who Fidel Castro is, and everybody has a strong opinion about him. He was extremely divisive, as Castro himself seemed to acknowledge. Those on the left saw in Castro a dream of a better, more fair Latin America, especially countries which had lived under US domination like those of Central America and in the Caribbean. His message really rang with millions of people. They also admired the healthcare, the education services. This is in a continent where tens of millions of people still don't have access to basic healthcare and education. But for the right wing, Fidel Castro was the nightmare. Right-wing politicians feared his message. They feared his supporters all across Latin America. If you go and look at the military dictatorships of the 1970s in Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, when you see the justifications for these far-right military coups, often it's the fear that those countries would have their own similar Cuban-style revolutions. So Fidel Castro was this giant figure that seemed to span across Latin America. The irony being, of course, that such a huge figure coming from such a small Caribbean island.